Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Good, Bad, and Ugly of Business. Today, I am joined by Lisa Marineau, who is a LinkedIn creator and trainer. I'm very excited to hear and learn more tips on how we can all do better with our LinkedIn profiles. So, Lisa, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited.
Yes, we're happy to be here. So for my listeners' benefit, we've had people on this podcast that I've known a long time, but Lisa and I are brand new friends. So it should be very good and exciting to see how we connect and how we can learn more about Lisa's business.
Fantastic.
So Lisa, I understand that you have been working on LinkedIn as your primary source of social media. There's many different social media platforms that are out there. I would love to know more about why you have chosen to focus on LinkedIn and what about it had drawn you to it.
First of all, thank you for having me. I'm, like I said, super excited. I fell into LinkedIn kind of by accident, really, a little over 6 years ago. I have always been involved in network marketing companies for 30 years, tried every company that I could. And the recent company that I joined was a little over 6 years ago. I had trouble promoting it, getting people to join my team. I could sell products. I could do the selling part, but could never get anyone to join my vision. So when I joined my last company, the person who signed me up asked if I could help with his LinkedIn marketing. I said yes, not really knowing anything about LinkedIn, but I said, sure, I can help you. I hopped on LinkedIn and immediately began generating leads for him and networking. And I fell in love with the platform. It was so easy to do. Many times he told me, Lisa, slow down. I can't keep up with you. The platform was amazing. And I realized that this platform needed to be shared with everybody because it was such a great resource for this person that I knew other people needed, to know about this platform. So I formed my business, Virtual Success with Lisa, knowing that this was something that people needed to do, because if you have a business, you need to be first seen on the right platform, and you need to be able to network and generate sales and leads. And LinkedIn is the place to do it.
So I joined LinkedIn, gosh, it's been a while and I've seen it change and especially how I've utilized it. What sort of trends and things have you seen over your 6+ years working in it?
Yeah, it's definitely evolved. I mean, they're coming out with new features, I feel like, every day. It used to be just a place to kind of go and put your resume, maybe you're job searching, it was the old school network platform. Now it's the number one platform for B2B. It's such a quality platform. People are on there for professional reasons. They're not on there, scrolling to see what, Lisa had for dinner last night. They're on there for a reason. It's where the decision makers are. It's where, if you have a business, you need to be.
So in your opinion, what type of businesses thrive the best using LinkedIn for connecting?
I'm going to say that every business needs to be on there. It's such a great platform that I mean, I've worked with dog bakery owners. I've worked with brick and mortar businesses. I've worked with entrepreneurs, coaches. Everyone needs a presence on LinkedIn. I mean, I don't, I can't really say any one business that should not be on there. I think everyone needs to have a presence on LinkedIn.
Absolutely. So, you've mentioned that, starting in network marketing and how that has evolved into this, but it seems the common thread for you has been relationship building. How important is relationships for you in business and in life?
It's super important. I mean, that's the name of the game. I used to be on there thinking, I need sales and clients, but really you need those relationships. You need to build and I say network, but you need to build those relationships, not just for sales, not just for clients, but for, referrals and collaborations and, having that net of people, that pool of people that you can pull from for a number of things. So yeah, relationships is key. People are on there for sales and to push their products and promote their launches or whatever. But yeah, I mean, relationships is key. If you can't do that, then it's not really going to work.
Do you think the art of building relationships has died a little bit? And the reason that I say that is I know from, my experience being on LinkedIn, especially as I started to use it more in the sales capacity because originally, I started out as an engineer. And so right, surprise.
I'm always amazed like where people start from and
Right?
how they get to where they are. It's like it's fascinating. That's part of the relationship part because I would have never known that.
Yeah, most people are very surprised. So I used it mostly as, a resume that it was
Yep.
just as I met different clients in there that they would come and check me out and be like, okay, she knows her stuff. Now that I'm using it more, in that sort of connection space, and that's really how I see it. I and I'm sure listeners have had this experience. I'm sure you've seen this, that as soon as you make a connection on there, you are then slammed in the DMs of, here's my offer. This is what I've got, sales, 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 sales. And that's not building a relationship. Many could argue that that's killing a relationship. There's a
Mhm.
very strong like pull away from that sort of thing. So what what are sort of the pieces that are crucial to building relationships?
It's funny because I work with clients who I mean that is what they do. Like they will straight up offer what they have. But it kind of goes back to on LinkedIn to build relationships. It kind of it, and I'm not just saying this because I this is what I do, but if your profile is set up in a way that it tells a story about you and it has all the features that you need and it just it tells a story of how you evolved to where you are and what you do. The relationship part kind of is easy from the get-go because you're going to get in the DMs, you're going to build that rapport and build that relationship, and then eventually you're going to go into the not the selling part but the part where you're going to kind of offer your services or what you do, and maybe it's a give and take of offering the service and seeing what they do and see if it works out. But the relationship part on LinkedIn is it's not tricky, but you have to remember that people are on there for a reason. Um, so you want to build that relationship, but you also want to get in front of them. So at some point you do have to kind of say, look, I'd love to hop on a call with you and chat more about what you do or whatever. So the relationship part on LinkedIn is a little bit different and has to play out a little bit differently, but you should always do what feels authentic and right for you. So if you are like a kind of person that, you are going to kind of pitch, then I guess, that's what you should be doing. If you are the person that wants to, go back and forth and see like, what's Sally doing and, and see if you can be a resource for each other, then that's what you should be doing.
Sure, but do you think those people that are immediately coming out of the gate pitching, do you think that's their natural tendency, or do you think that's something that they've been taught to do along the way?
I think it's kind of a combination of both, right? Because I'll use this person that I'm working with now. She really is. She will get in the DM. She'll connect with you, and she will try to recruit you right from the get go. And it works for her because it's truly how she is in real life. So it doesn't come off as a creepy, gross way because it's really who she is. So I think if you're acting or doing what comes natural to you, I think it comes off differently than someone that's just, like hitting hard because they really want the sale. They're not thinking about, what you're doing or wanting or anything. So I think it's kind of a combination of both. I think some people get a little not greedy, but they come from a place of scarcity where they think, I got to get these sales. I need to, instead of saying, I wonder, like, if she has struggled knowing where her clients are, or, instead of coming from that place.
It is interesting how our intentions, that sort of energy can be felt through social media, even when you're not in
Yeah,
someone's presence. It's really, makes a lot more sense when you're in someone's presence and you can kind of, feel that. But to feel it through social media, I think it's something that can be overlooked.
I think that's so true because, like I said, and I've worked with a lot of different people. It really does come across that way. I mean, like I told you, the person who's a super recruiter, that's really who she is. The person who, kind of nurtures people, when I'm talking to them, like that's really how they are. So I always, you have to do what feels right to you. If it feels creepy and salesy, then
It's not going to
don't do
work.
it. It's not, because people are going to know, like, wow, she's coming from a place of scarcity, or whatever, like that was, people know.
And I think, authenticity is often thrown around and overused, but truly when you are who you are, the people that are going to respond positively to that will be drawn to you. It's just the way of the world.
Exactly. And I tell people that all the time, like, if someone says, they don't appreciate how you're coming at them, or they don't appreciate your views or whatever, then they weren't ever going to work with you. So don't worry about it. Don't, just move on, and that's it. If you offend people, or people don't like your approach, then
They're not your
they're-
people.
no, they're not.
Yeah, no, I think that's really wise. Have you ever worked, we talked so much about relationships. Has it primarily been you working as a solopreneur or have you had other partnerships throughout the time?
No, I'm a one-man show. I do lots of collaborations. I think that's like a key thing to do. But no, I work by myself. I'm like I said, a one-man show. I do everything organically, and there's no, I mean, no bots or robots or automation or anything. It's me putting myself out there every day and meeting people like you. I love getting on Zoom calls and just, talking with people. Sometimes, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I hope she becomes a client. But I've met some super fabulous people. Like, I don't even know where I met you, and right now I'm on the show with you.
I know. Is
Like,
it
I've met great people. Some of them, yes, have become clients. Some of them, I'm like, no way do I ever want to work with you. And I've gotten great referrals, and, like I said, collaborations and opportunities, and I think that's where it's at, and that's why LinkedIn is such a great place to be, because people are very open to all that. So it's been a lot of fun.
I love what you said about being choosy with your clients. I think that is so crucial and I think it's something that a lot of people starting out, when it comes to that scarcity mindset, as we were talking about, of just, I need everyone, I got to bring everyone in, like it doesn't
Yeah,
matter, just,
trust
but
me, I fell into that trap early on and learned that everyone doesn't have to, I don't have to be everyone's cup of tea. I think that's the saying, and not everyone is going to be my mind. So it's a hard lesson to learn, because you do want to, well, for me anyways, I'm a pleaser. I want people to be happy, and I want people to, like me and get results and all. So that was a hard lesson to learn, that you don't need to work with everyone. You don't need to convince everyone that you're great. So that's an important thing to know.
absolutely. Business isn't easy. There's a lot of businesses that struggle and fail, and to be successful requires sacrifice. Can you talk about any sacrifices that you've had to make?
You know what, I'm gonna have to say, I don't think I've sacrificed anything. This has been great because I've been able to work from home. I can create my own hours. It's worked out great for my kids. I actually have an intellectually disabled son. So it's been great that I can be home with him, and work right from home, and he's right in the room next door to me, when he comes home from school. And so I really don't, I can't say that I sacrificed anything.
That's
It's
amazing.
been a huge opportunity for me.
That's amazing that you made it, you found a way to make it work for you in your situation.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I did so many multi-level marketing companies, because I always just wanted to be home. I mean, my mother would ask me, what do you want to do when you get older? I'm like, I want to be a mom. I want to be home with my kids. So this has been great. I mean, it's everything happened for a reason. I tried all those companies and everything, and everything happened for a reason, and put me into this lane. And it's been great.
So what do you think that journey, like what do you think the main lesson that you've learned from that has been?
From
From your journey to get to where you are right now? Of trying the different network marketing,
Yeah,
of
I'm
having, the challenges at home.
it's definitely made me strong. It's made me I'm persistent as anything. I mean, I think you said it, being an entrepreneur, especially a solo entrepreneur. I mean, it's easy just to be like, screw it, like I'm done. This is
Yeah,
hard. I'm tired. But it's made me just kind of be stronger and just be like, I want this, whatever this is, it's going to be great. It's going to be okay.
I love that attitude. I love it. On other social media platforms, like especially Instagram, there is this idea of number of followers and this perception of, the amount of followers you have has some sort of social, clout of you must be someone. And a lot of people now are buying followers. I haven't really seen that as a thing so much on LinkedIn. What's your opinion of buying followers and how do you see that playing out?
I'm honestly not on Instagram too much. To me, it's like it's a nice site. It's a pretty site. But I think that's where, I mean, again, that's where LinkedIn is different, because it's not about the number of connections and the likes on your posts or whatever. It's more about quality connections. I mean, people always ask me, should I connect with everybody and anybody? And I'm always like, no, be choosy who you connect with. If it's someone that you think you can add benefit to, or it's someone that you want to connect with, that maybe they could eventually be a business partner or a client or whatever, then yeah, connect with them. But don't why would you want to connect with every Joe Schmo? I mean, it's not about that. It's if you can offer value to people, if people can offer value to you, that's where the gold is. I mean, so no, I would never buy likes or buy followers, or want to just connect with any Sam or Sally down the street. I want people that are quality people that, like I said, we can add value to each other.
Tell us more about how people can work with you. Obviously, you work virtually and probably have clients all over. So, if someone would like your services, can you please go more into what you do and who your ideal client is so they can reach out?
Yeah, I work, like I said, I work with online business owners, so coaches, entrepreneurs, life coaches, people in the financial industry, real estate, really anybody. It's majority are women. I do have male clients, but I tend to attract. They're struggling with their visibility on LinkedIn. They know that they need to be on LinkedIn because it's such a great platform, but they're struggling with their visibility and their marketing. So what I do is I create profiles that operate like a website landing page, meaning when someone sees their profile, it creates that interest, and it creates inbound and outbound leads. So I do create profile creation, audits, training. And when I say training, it's a unique training because it's one-on-one like this in front of, live on Zoom. And we're literally going over your complete profile and optimizing it and getting the features that you need unlocked, and security sections. I mean, everything that you need to get your profile fully functioning, teaching you how to use it correctly, because a lot of people don't use it correctly. They don't know, how to search. They don't know about the DMs. They don't know about certain filters. They don't know all the features that it offers. And I do that because I want people to walk away knowing exactly what to do with LinkedIn. So the second we're done with the training sessions, you walk away knowing that, okay, I can do this on LinkedIn. I can get started immediately and see results. And I just think it's important that you learn that. I mean, I can fish for you, but I would rather teach you how to fish. And then if you need someone to do it for you, then that's another aspect that I take over. But I really want to show people the power of LinkedIn and how they can use it correctly.
I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
And I swear, every time I get off a training, during the training, someone says that to me, because I mean, you can try to Google it and whatever, but you're not going to get everything that you need. And
Yeah, and if you don't know what search terms to use, like, you know, it's a lot. So it's great service that you provide to help people, spread their mission and their passion and be able to serve as many people as they can.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I love doing it. I love showing people what they can do with LinkedIn and how it can totally be a marketing tool for them.
That's lovely. So how can people connect with you other than should they just reach out on
They can,
LinkedIn?
they can find me on LinkedIn. You can,
Surprise, surprise.
or my website, virtualsuccesswithlisa.net. I have tons of resources on there. I have my trainings. I have my YouTube channel. I mean, there's just tons of resources on there. So you just have to go to the website and see it all.
And what's your YouTube name?
Virtual Success Lisa.
Virtual Success Lisa. All right. So thank you so much, Lisa Marineau, for being on here. We really appreciate your tips and tricks with LinkedIn and learning more about that aspect of business.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. All right, everyone. We'll see you next time.